Proud to present Lionel Messi as Paris Saint-Germain player, and this is amazing and historic day for the club, for the football world, and it is a fantastic moment for us. Everybody knows Leo. He's the only football player who won 6 times Ballon d'Or, and with Leo, he makes the football magic, beautiful, and he's a winner. It will be very exciting for our supporters and the fans and worldwide. It is honestly today, amazing what we try to achieve, Leo, Jean-Claude, the club, the fans. And I remember when the first day we started, Leo, first day we started here at the club, 10 years ago, there were people said what they're going to do on their club, what they're going to do on their project. And we have big ambition, high ambition project, a football project. And we are very proud where we are today, thanks to everybody. And there's no secret in this agreement with the best player in the world, Leo. There was a great desire between both sides to make this happen. And Leo, I would like to thank Leo, your wife, father, Jorge, and your team for the fantastic job you've done and you make it happen. I don't forget also my team, our sport director, Leo, and in the relation that we have. A lot of people, they don't know, but I can say it now. I'm very proud of you. You're doing, honestly, I'm talking from my deep of heart. I don't have anything here in my speech, but you're doing a fantastic job for the club and for the supporter and for the history of the club. Jean-Claude, thank you very much. You've been here also for long, and all the people really working behind the scenes, communication, Joe Marcel, everybody, honestly, I don't want to forget anyone. Also, I would like to thank also our commercial partner, and I'm very grateful to them who believe in our project from day one. And we told them we're never gonna let them down because we know where we're going. And today, that's amazing, again, moment for the history of the club, but still, we didn't win anything. This is just the start, and the hard work will start now. And in the pitch, first of all, in the pitch, of course, also out of the pitch, but the most important, the football, we have someone here next to me. He won a lot of trophies, and I'm sure he's going to bring us a lot of trophies to the club with his teammates. And we have fantastic squad today. We don't forget, we have best players also in the world, an amazing coach today also, and one of the best in the world. And for me, he's the best, and with his staff. So thanks to everybody, and I don't want to take long. I will leave the speech for Leo, but officially, I would like Leo to welcome you to Paris Saint-Germain family and your family. And I promise I can see your kids. They're very happy in Paris. They told me already they're one of their favorite, if not their favorite city, for them it's Paris. Thank you very much, and you will be happy. Thank you.
Bueno, buen día, antes que nada.
Good morning.
Primero la palabra de
First of all, I want to thank the President for his words. I'm very happy. You all know how was my exit from Barcelona. It's been a very hard moment. After so many years, it was a difficult change. After so many time. But the moment I arrived here, I felt very happy. And I really want to begin the training sessions. I really want it to be quick. I'm really enjoying my time in Paris since the first minutes. My family, my people. But really, my only will now is to begin the training sessions. I want to work with the staff and with my teammates and begin this new moment of my life. I really want to thank the president and Leonardo and the whole club for the way they received me since the first day after the press release in Barcelona. And they really were quick in the negotiations, and it's been quite easy, actually. It was a very tricky situation, and they really solved problems. It was not easy, and they did it well, so really thank you for that. I repeat, but I'm very happy to be here, and I have this will to play. I'm really impatient. I still want to play. I still want to win, as I wanted at the first moments of my career. And with this club, the staff, I think this club is really ready to fight for all the trophies. This is my goal. I want to keep growing, keep winning titles, and that's why I come here to this club. I hope we can make it happen. I really want to thank Paris, and it's been all crazy, my arrival. It was a surprise. So thank you again for the way they received me, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the time with this team, and we are going to fight for the aim of the club. I really want to begin now, and thanks again to the president, to Leonardo, and thanks PSG, and thank you for having me here, and I want to begin now. Thank you. Let's go through some questions and answers. Good evening, Lionel. Hola. AFP, how do you feel playing alongside Messi and Mbappe? It's really crazy, and I'm really happy about that. Sharing the day-to-day life with them, with all the squad. Really, there are some transfers, amazing transfers, so the team is incredible, and I really want to train and compete now because I'm going to be playing with the best players. It's very nice. It's an incredible experience to be able to enjoy this. Hi, Leo. I'm from Le Parisien. Welcome to Paris. When do you think you will be able to play your first minutes in the French Championship? Actually, I don't know. I was on holidays, and it's very new, so I spoke yesterday with the technical staff, so maybe I need a pre-season myself. I'm going to begin to train and work, and I hope I can play as soon as I can. I really want to, but I can't answer exactly to your question. When I feel it, when the staff thinks I'm okay, well, then I'll be ready and willing to play. Good morning, Leo, for the newspaper L'Équipe. You said you were very sad about leaving Barca and the joy about arriving here in PSG. So today, what's the strongest feeling? The joy, the sadness? Everything that happened to me this last week has been very strange. It's been hard. It's been quick. It's been emotional. I can't forget what I lived and experienced in Barcelona, but I really, really feel impatient and happy about this new life at sport level and with my family as well. I'm very happy. This whole week I've been going through up and downs, but we are processing all of this every day, little by little. Every day we are processing. Hi, Leo, Al Jazeera, President. We know that here it's Paris, and we know that the dream of Paris is dreaming bigger every day. What are the limits of this? Leo, welcome. You've seen that the people from Paris have been waiting for you for 3 days. Some fans were at the Le Bourget airport for so many times. What the message you sent to the fans in France? I think that our goal, everybody knows our goal. We want to win all the trophies, all the games. It never changed. And now with Leo, we are close to winning, but we want to win more. I think now we need to work and to win each game, to win the trophy. We really need to have discipline and to win every game. As I said, I'm really grateful. I'm grateful to the people in the street. I was in Barcelona when the press told about that, and I've seen things from there, from Spain, and the people was already outside, and it was incredible to see them outside in the streets. And so I'm really grateful, and I want to thank them, and I really want to see them now, to see them in the city, in the stadium. So it will be an incredible year, and we are going to enjoy all of this. Good evening. Mohamed Bouafsi, France Télévisions. Welcome, Leo. Congratulations for this historical transfer. There are a lot of questions around Kylian Mbappé after the arrival of Leo. What about the future of Kylian Mbappé then? Well, I think everybody knows the future of Kylian. People from Paris and the players. He's really a competitive player. He wants to win. He wants to win trophies. He said it in public. He wanted a competitive team, and I think we've got the most competitive in the world. So there is no excuse for him now. He can't do anything else but staying. Good evening. FA agency, you've already won 4 Champions League. What do you need? What does a team need to win the Champions League? It's not easy. Sometimes you can have the best team in the world and you don't win the Champions League. This is football. And sometimes the margins, the details, for some details you can be knocked out. Paris knows it perfectly. They've been so close to a victory in Champions League, but they couldn't make it. But it was very close. In this competition, the best teams are playing. It's very difficult to win it. So you need a very united squad, a group. This dressing room, for what you can see from outside, is very united, but you also need the luck. But you can also chase the luck. In Champions League, there is not always the best team wins. It's a very special competition. And that's why it's so beautiful and so important, because they all want to win. We all want to win this competition. Good morning, Leo. Info Sport Plus and Canal Plus. What does PSG represent for you, and how can you bring your experience and President with Lionel Messi in PSG? Do you think you are now the favorites, number one for the Champions League? Well, I think this team is already done and ready, and there are some new transfers, but they've been very close to win the Champions and they are ready. I just come here to help. I'll try to give my best with my illusion. My goal and my dream is to win again this trophy, and I think that Paris is the best place to have a chance to win it again. I think, are we favorites or not? I think our team is very good, but we never won the Champions League, so we need to work. We need to win each game. Last year it was very complicated. It's not easy, as Leo said. It's not easy to win the Champions League. We're focused and we just take one step at a time. We don't hide our goal, our objective. But first of all, we will focus on the Ligue 1, and then after the 15th of September, we'll think about the Champions League. It's maybe easy to say that we are a favorite. That's, of course, our goal. But we just have to remain quiet, and we need to work and work. Hola. Hi, Leo. I'll try to ask in Spanish. 4 years ago, when Neymar arrived here, it was quite crazy, and now the club has got another dimension. Is it one of the reasons you choose Paris Saint-Germain, because of the dimension? And what the importance of the intervention of Neymar in your decision? Was it important to discuss with him? Of course, I've got some friends here in the dressing room. When you see the squad, you really want to play with them because there are so many possibilities to get what you want. We've got the same goals. When we were not together, we had the same goal, and now that we are together with Neymar and the rest of the team, I hope we can make it. Di Maria, Paredes, all these players. I know all the teammates in the dressing room, actually, and we had contact, and Neymar, of course, did a lot. And was important in my election. For Europe 1, you could play in Champions League against the French squads, but what do you know about French football? Do you know the clubs? It will be a new experience for you. Do you know some of the teams? Do you know the players? And do you know the internal rivalries between clubs in France? Yes, of course. Of course, I've been following this, and I've got friends, so I know Ligue 1 because of my friends in Paris. I was following their games, and I think this championship has been growing a lot, and Paris has worked a lot for the Ligue 1 growing up because of the transfers and so on. And I think the league is more competitive, and all the teams are getting stronger because they want to win against Paris and want to win the Ligue 1. So it will be a new experience for me. I will have a new rivals, and new stadiums, and I'm very happy to experience all this new atmosphere. Congratulations, Leo, on your signing. I'm happy to see you smile today, because it was different in Barcelona a few days ago. What would you say to the hinchas, the fans in Barcelona, because they are really sad because of your exit? They don't want Barcelona to play against you in Champions. Would you like to avoid as well such a game? And what would you say to the fans that are very sad today? Of course, it was very complicated to exit Barcelona without knowing where I was going to go. Barcelona is my home. I've been there since I was a kid. I've lived so many things there, good things and bad things. They knew I was going to arrive in a very, very strong team, and a team who was aiming to win the Champions League. I love to win. I want to have important goals. I know that my goals and Paris' goals are the same, and we want to be bigger and bigger. I don't know if we're going to play and to face each other, Barcelona and Paris. It would be very nice to go back to Barcelona. I hope it would be with the fans when it's possible because of the pandemic. It would be very strange to play at home there in Barcelona with another shot, but it can happen and we'll see. Good morning, Leo. Good morning, President. People always think that you would never go out of your comfort zone. But today you're here. You remember this little boy in Newell's in Argentina? What was your dream then? When, President, did you know that all of this could be possible? When did you realize with Leonardo that you could have Messi here in Paris? Of course, there are so many things changing since I was in Newell's and then in Barcelona. So many things arrived in my life, so many good and bad experiences as a player and as a person. What I can say today is I've got the same will and the same enthusiasm than when I was a kid. I still feel like this kid. I'm going to give my best to achieve these goals.
Thank you. As I said earlier, it was great between both sides to make this happen, and it was true. It was very quick when Leo decided to leave Barcelona, or to finish with Barcelona. I mean, the discussion started, and it was the desire of both sides that we want to sign, and we are here. Thank you.
Hello, Laura Scott from the BBC. A question for the President and then to Leo. For the President, there's a lot of people wondering how you can afford to have such an amazing squad and stick within FFP. Can you tell us, please? And to Leo, I wonder how influential that phone call was that you had with Pochettino and how much he convinced you to come here and what was said.
Well, regarding the financial review, I want to just make it very clear, and thank you very much for your question. Actually, I was waiting for it, and it's a very great question. For us, always, as we said, we follow the financial fair play regulation from the day one that we started until the end. We're going to always fulfill the regulation of the financial fair play. Before we do anything, basically, we look at with our commercial people, with financial people, with legal people. So as soon as, if you see that we're signing Leo, that means we have the capacity to sign him. If not, we're not going to sign him. We're not going to promise something we couldn't, so we know that we could sign him. And I think today, as you can see, what Leo Port also bringing to the club, it's a huge. And that's, I think, what you as media need also to focus on. It's not just only the negative side, let's say, but I think there's a lot of positive he's bringing to the club, and you can see in everything in terms of commercial, in terms of social media. That's amazing, honestly. He's, I mean, a big asset for the club. The club being increased in every single part of the club in terms of commercial. I mean, unbelievable. 3 days. I mean, later we'll maybe give you some numbers. You're going to be shocked, honestly, in the numbers that we have. I hope Leo will not ask for more salary, but it's like. But I think we have really, I mean, fantastic. It's true that always we look at financial fair play, and always will fulfill the financial fair play regulation. Thank you.
Bueno, como dije antes,
as I said before, the whole dressing room and the technical staff had an influence on my decision. When we saw it was possible, the first thing we did was talking to them and to Pochettino, because we've been knowing each other for a long time, and because we are both Argentinian, it's easier, of course, because we are close in a way. Of course, we talked, and it's been very easy since the very beginning. And I already said that, but I'm going to repeat. And all the squad and the staff made a lot to help me choose this club. A question for the president here. Good morning and congratulations. Welcome, Leo. This work, after so many years, you will all receive the good things, you in PSG, but also the other teams. How do you picture the good, the positive aspects for the Ligue 1 of this transfer? Today we are talking about PSG, but I always work with all the teams, and I think we work with the championship, and the championship is going to grow because of this. And I hope the broadcasting rights will be higher because of that. I'm thinking about all the parts, because I think now everybody wants to see PSG games, so it's going to be positive for all the rest of the clubs. I really want to thank the presidents who sent me messages or called me because they wanted to talk about the arrival of Leo. I think that everybody knows that we're not only working for our club, but also for France and for the Ligue 1. I really want to thank Vincent Labrune as well, because all the clubs, and especially Paris, we receive help from them, and we feel very lucky today because we're here to work and to grow. The work is going to begin today for us, for the other clubs, and for the league, and for the city as well, for Paris. I think what we are doing for the club is not only for the club but also for the city. We all can benefit from this situation. Two last questions.
Bonjour Président, bonjour Léo, bienvenue à Paris.
Good morning, President.
Vous l'avez dit il y a encore quelques jours,
Welcome, Leo, to Paris.
Finir votre carrière à
You said a few days ago, Leo, that you really pictured the end of your career in Barcelona. But I'm sure the challenge doesn't scare you now. So maybe the biggest challenge after almost 20 years in Barcelona is a challenge about your life, the change of country, the new language for you and your family. Is it your biggest challenge? Yes, that's true. The only thing I told Leonardo was I really hoped my family would be at ease in Paris and would feel okay here in Paris, in France. Of course, for me it's a new experience, but I'm really ready for that. I really want to do it. At the end of the day, it's football, and football is the same in the whole world. I've got friends here, and that's something that's going to make things easier. I'm sure I'm going to get used to my new teammates, and I'm really happy. I really want to begin now and to begin to train and know my teammates and have contacts with them, with all of them. I really want to train. I want it to begin now. This is new for us, but I'm ready. In the sporting aspect and for my family, it's an amazing city, it's beautiful, and I'm sure we are going to enjoy this place, so we are quiet and happy.
Bonjour, Alessandro Grandesso, Gazzetta dello Sport. Une question pour Messi.
A question for Leonardo, Gazzetta dello Sport. 4 years ago, Verratti could have come to Barcelona, and today, 4 years after that, you meet him here in... Could it be what Xavi... Of course, Verratti is showing the best play, and is showing how big a player he is. Of course, in Barcelona, they really wanted to have him, and today it's the reverse situation. I'm coming to PSG, so he's an incredible person and he's an incredible player. The phenomenon is spectacular. But not only Marco Verratti, the entire dressing room, these are the best players in the world at all the positions. It's a great squad, and I hope I can help and bring my part to achieve the goals of PSG and my personal goals.
Merci. Merci à tous.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Je vous prie de nous excuser je vous prie de nous excuser, on n'a pas pu prendre toutes les questions.
He's going to be hearing that chant a lot more over the next 2 seasons. He has signed a contract for 2 seasons with Paris Saint-Germain with an option to extend to a third. Lionel Messi is officially a Paris Saint-Germain player. I'm in the company of Didier Domi, former PSG defender. Didier, you get the impression he just wants to play football now.
Yes, of course. You know, that's where we express the best is on the pitch. You know, you can see that he wants to come back just to train, just to start the League One and especially the Champions League with all the others. You know, Messi is quite shy. You can see it. You know, he's not that much on the social media. He's got millions behind him. He's just happy on the pitch, and he's been, as we said, you know, barely injured, and he just wants to break again the records and to bring the first Champions League for Paris. So that's his aim, that's his goal, and nothing else, and just that his family can enjoy as well Paris.
It just doesn't get any bigger than this. It is the biggest transfer story of the century. I can't think of another one any bigger. When Neymar joined, when Zlatan joined, when Beckham joined, Ronaldinho. This club has seen some legendary players walk through its door, but there's no one like Messi.
No, he's a genius. He's scored so many goals. You know, his records are so unbelievable, and as well, you know, he's so creative. He's a real number 10, but at some point, you know, he can score so much goals. So that's why it's quite unique, I think, in the world of football, and he's up there with all the greats, you know, Maradona and Zidane, and I was saying to you in terms of statistic, of course, he's the best one is in history. and his left foot is unique as well. You know, his finesse, his touche on the ball, how he drives the ball. So he belongs to the football family. So it's a new chapter in his life. Everybody expected him just to finish in Barcelona. So it's even more crazy just to see him changing club, and it could have been anywhere in the world, but the fact and the circumstances made Paris. So that's why the French, the capital, and the League One are so happy, and even the players. You know, I don't think Vini, when he came from Liverpool to Paris, he didn't expect it just to go with Messi.
Linking up with Messi.
Yeah, even Hakimi, you know, they were already happy just to play with Neymar and Mbappe. But now this is it's not a gift. It's both gift. Even Ramos, all these great players who won the Champions League, they're so happy just to play with Messi and just to play behind one of the best three front that maybe history will see.
Yeah, we will get to all those links. Him and Sergio Ramos on the same pitch is really quite a remarkable concept in itself. It's lovely to see his young boys wearing a new kit as well. My goodness, they've been wearing Barcelona their whole lives, of course. But how will Messi change how PSG play?
Of course, you will have another weapon. The only thing when you see Messi the last 10 years is not a number 9, you know, it's just in the box just to finish the action. So you have to give him a lot of freedom. So he will be behind Mbappe and next to Neymar, but in the central zone. That's where he's the best.
What was your big takeaway from what we heard from that press conference? They are quite formulaic. You know, no one says anything crazy or outlandish in them. They're an exercise. However, there were some key lines. You get the impression that the links between the people at the club have played a huge role in getting him there.
Yes, of course. You've seen the president, Nasser Khelaifi, talking about Leonardo. I played with Leo in Paris Saint-Germain, and he's such an intelligent guy on the pitch, but outside. You know, when he came in 2011, he created that team, you know, who last 6-7 years with Thiago Silva, who's in Chelsea now, Ibrahimovic, you know, Marquinhos is in a Brazilian squad, Verratti, who just won the Euro. So it's not from today, you know. They created a squad, you know, who now the last 2 years are in the final, in semi-final. So they passed a point where they can beat anyone in the world. So and they needed time, like Chelsea when Abramovich came, and you need what 8, 9, 10 years sometimes just to reach the last 4, and then you need a little bit of chance just to win the Champions League. So yes, Leonardo is quite important in Paris Saint-Germain. Nasser Khelaifi said it as well. You know, Jean-Claude Blanc, he was the president of Juve for 3 or 4 years. He's been in Harvard. He's very, very talented, you know, on the organization staff, and that's why those two, you know, Nasser Khelaifi liked them really well because they're very professional.
It does feel like a very well-oiled machine.
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
it? Incredibly professional. We know how Nasser Khelaifi works. Everything is done incredibly professional. They talked about the Champions League and how this is the #1 target. Messi has won 1 Champions League trophy since 2011, 4 in his career. If he can't do it with this team, who can he win it with? Yeah,
that's the point. And they were saying as well, you know, it's we don't hide because everybody knows, like City, Chelsea, we want to win the Champions League, but still we're not there. You know, we still have to work because even though, you know, we created one of the best team of the last, you know, 5-6 years, we still have to deliver on the pitch. You know, when you see the English team, when you see Bayern Munich with Lewandowski will come back, you know, they're quite strong, and he knows they're better team at the moment, but we have the best player, so we just need to create a cohesion, a good mindset, a good team spirit, because that's the most important. But above that, a well-balanced team. because the aim of Mauricio is how you put your best player in the best position, but how you put that balance between those stars and the one who had the service. I mean, Wijnaldum and Verratti. So this is that. And I don't think Pochettino want them to chase foot back and to do 60 yards just to defend. No, so that's why, you know, Neymar, Kylian and Messi, they will have a lot of works defensively as well, just to recover that ball higher up on the pitch, just to make things easier for them and to be closer to the pitch. So it's now they're going to start. They will have to work, you know, especially tactically.
Yeah. It's the easiest job yet the toughest for Mauricio Pochettino, because there is no room for error. Okay, well, if you are just joining us, we have just heard from Lionel Messi. He's done his first press conference at the Parc des Princes as a PSG player. Let's recap and take you back to the beginning when Nasser Al Khelaifi introduced him to the world.
I'm very happy and very proud to present Lionel Messi as Paris Saint-Germain player. And this is amazing and historic day for the club, for the football world, and it is a fantastic moment for us. Everybody knows Leo. He's the only football player who won 6 times Ballon d'Or. And with Leo, he makes the football magic, beautiful, and he's a winner. It will be very exciting for our supporters and the fans and worldwide. It is, honestly, today, I mean, amazing what we try to achieve. Leo, Jean-Claude, the club, the fans. And I remember on the first day we started, Leo, first day we started here at the club, 10 years ago, there were people said what they're going to do on their club, what they're going to do on their project. And we have big ambition, high ambition project, a football project. And we are very proud where we are today, thanks to everybody. And there's no secret in this agreement with the best player in the world, Leo. There was a great desire between both sides to make this happen. And Leo, I would like to thank Leo, your wife, father, Jorge, and your team for the fantastic job you've done and you make it happen. I don't forget also my team, our sport director, Leo. I mean, the relation that we have, a lot of people, they don't know, but I can say it now. I'm very proud of you. You're doing, honestly, I'm talking from my deep of heart. I don't have anything here in my speech, but you're doing a fantastic job for the club and for the supporter and for the history of the club. Jean-Claude, thank you very much. You've been here also for long, and all the people really working behind the scenes, communication, Joe Marcel, everybody, honestly, I don't want to forget anyone. Also, I would like to thank also our commercial partner, and I'm very grateful to them who believe in our project from day one. And we told them we're never gonna let them down because we know where we're going. And today, that's amazing, again, moment for the history of the club, but still, we didn't win anything. This is just the start, and the hard work will start now. And in the pitch, first of all, in the pitch, of course, also out of the pitch, but the most important, the football, we have someone here next to me. He won a lot of trophies, and I'm sure he's going to bring us a lot of trophies to the club with his teammates. And we have fantastic squad today. We don't forget. We have best players also in the world. An amazing coach today also, and one of the best in the world. And for me, he's the best. And with his staff. So thanks to everybody. And I don't want to take long. I will leave the speech for Leo. But officially, I would like Leo to welcome you to Paris Saint-Germain family and your family. And I promise I can see your kids. They're very happy in Paris. They told me already they're one of their favorite, if not their favorite city, for them it's Paris. Thank you very much, and you will be happy. Thank you.
Oh, kids, they say the funniest things, don't they? But they do have a new home, Paris. They're going to be moving from Barcelona, and it is all smiles at the moment at Paris Saint-Germain. Didier, we were chatting briefly there. The fact that when PSG fail to win the title, they react, and they react big time, and they go on these monstrous spending sprees. 2012, 2017, 2021.
Yeah, that's quite funny sometimes, you know, when you see them, you know, they fail, you know, winning the League One. And all of a sudden, you know, they just, you know, gather everything. We need the best players. So 2012, they lost against Montpellier. So next year came Thiago Silva, Ibrahimovic, and Verratti. 2017, they lost against Monaco, the title, with Kylian Mbappe. So they just bought Neymar, Kylian, and some others. So that's crazy, you know. When they move quite heavily. And this year as well, they lost with Lille the title. So you could see Ramos, Donnarumma, the best player in the Euro, then Hakimi and Wijnaldum and the cherry on the cake, and Messi. So sometimes because they failed, they reacted heavily, and that's what happened over the years. But now, you know, having Messi, it's the best thing that could happen to Paris and France.
You got the impression in that press conference that family does come first for Lionel Messi, and the safety of those children and his wife must be incredibly important. When he moves to a city, wherever he goes, there's mobs of people. They will take care of him in Paris.
Yeah, it will be quite different. I know Leo was living in Casteldefels, so I know this village because I used to live there when I was in Espanyol. And it's quite, I would say it's like a garden. It's on the hill, it's very quiet. But now in Paris, it's, I don't know where it's going to live. You know, when in the 90s, everybody used to live next to the training ground. So it was not in Paris, it was 20 kilometers. Things changed, you know, when Ibrahimovic came, you know, they're all living inside Paris, next to the Eiffel Tower, next to the Arc de Triomphe. So, of course, it's going to have a lot of security. You know, Leo, what I've seen yesterday, Darren Tullet was right. I've never seen that, you know, maybe only for the Pope, you know. I've seen so many police, it was quite incredible. It was like a president. So he will be happy, of course, but wow, it's not the Latin country like in the south of Italy or Spain, but he will have a lot of fans. You know, it's not Neymar, it's not Kylian, he's the one, and I hope he's going to be happy. But yeah, to have a little bit of privacy, I don't think he will have that. So. Let's see how it will be, but he will have a lot of security around him, of course.
I remember when Nasser and his team took over at PSG, I went over to Paris to make a documentary, Le Project, and their big signing then was another Argentine, Javier Pastore. That was 11 years ago. Yeah. Now Messi's there on the pitch. Did you ever imagine that the club would get to this level, this heights, and now all that's missing really is the silverware in the trophy cabinets?
Yeah, honestly, I never expected to get so high, of course. But what you could expect is the club just to grow. Of course, it doesn't come overnight. You know, you need years just to bring stars, and then you need years just to bring silverware. So. I think there is three things. The first is obviously because there is a financial surplus. You don't bring Ibra if you don't give him what he wants, and even more than in Milan. And Neymar as well, you know, is paid more than he was in Barcelona. So that's the first things. The second thing that I think there is a very good teams. You need to win silverware, and they know with that kind of players all around them that they can win it. So that's very, very important. And the third thing is the city in itself. This is Paris. You know, there's some cities in Europe, they cannot bring that kind of players because they don't have the aura of Paris, of Rome, or London, or New York, and Paris can do it, and it's very important, especially for the families. You know, I know the wives. You know, they really love Paris. Like us, you know, to have a coffee in front of Eiffel Tower. Sometimes you can't beat that, and the fashion, the culture, the architecture. So it's the whole package. But at some point, Paris, they accepted the fact that sometimes they have to overpay some players, and that's normal because they have to bring them to the League One. That's not La Liga or Premier League. So. That's why all that element made Ibra, Beckham and all Messi signed.
He is Paris's latest tourist attraction. You'll go there to see the Eiffel Tower, Champs-Élysées, Le Louvre and that man, Messi. Wow, what a city break people could have. It's really, really phenomenal. What does this mean for his rivalry with Cristiano Ronaldo? Because the thing that has separated them is Ronaldo has spread himself. He's moved around during his footballing career, whereas Messi has always been a one-club man. That's changed now.
Yeah, that changed. That's a little bit more pressure on him because Cristiano delivered everywhere. And even last year, you know, with Juve, there was a change of got a better squad than Juve in terms of players. So Messi is going to have that pressure just to deliver, at least to go to the Final Four and to win it. Because, and I'm saying in the Final Four, but no, you have to win it now.
You have to win
That's the kind of pressure that he has now, yeah.
A better chance of winning it in Paris than in Barcelona?
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course. We've seen Barcelona the last 3-4 years. Apart from the COVID, they've done a lot of mistakes in the transfer market, and they paid it now because they've got so much depth. Of course, you know, without the COVID, Messi would stay, but still, this is all the mistakes in the previous year. You know, they missed the transfer market 1 or 2 years in a row. So you cannot do that when you're a big club, and that was the sentence. You know, you couldn't pay Messi, and now he's in Paris. So. Yeah, sometimes not about players, how you organize your club, how you deal with the transfer, and you keep the club at flow, and they couldn't do it, and that's what happened now.
Yeah. It did feel like the most undeserving exit for the most deserving player. I'm sure Messi will one day get his chance to say goodbye to the fans at the new camp, but lots of smiling happening now in his new home, his new territory, the Parc des Princes, preparing to go outside and meet the fans. He did seem happy and content and excited for this new venture. I know we never saw it coming, but could this potentially be the right career move for Lionel Messi?
Yeah, because he's got character, and he wants all the time to win. You know, it's not only staying in Barcelona. So his sincere, you know, goal was to stay. But at some point, you know, I think he's quite happy just to have a better squad to win the Champions League, and he knows he have more chances to do it in Paris than Barcelona, I think, at the moment.
What do the Parisian fans like to play in front of Didier?
No, it's great. It's great. You know, it's the capital. It's the suburb of Paris as well. You know, we are 12 million, so that's a lot of people. And over the time, you know, the start that they bring, you know, more fans around the world. In 2011, I think Paris has had 500,000 followers altogether on social media. Now there is more than 100 million. So that's tell you all about the fans, the supporters, how they've been welcomed all around the world, in Asia, in America. It's quite different than it was 15 years ago. So now it's gonna boom. You know, I think we gained maybe a couple of million with Messi on Instagram. So it's gonna be crazy to have that kind of team. And we're not talking about only Messi. You know, Ramos is there if he can be fit. Donnarumma, the best player of Euro. Verratti just won it. Wijnaldum, Neymar, and Mbappe. So it's a real dream team. At that point, of course, because of the COVID, many came on a free transfer. So sometimes you need luck in your life. You know, you need the destiny to be with you, and that was the case. This week, because 10 days ago we didn't think Messi would be in Paris, but now look at that.
Incredible. Does feel like PSG have the new Galacticos, that's for sure. There's a lot of weaving narratives. One, of course, is that he will be playing against the former enemy, playing alongside, the former enemy, Sergio Ramos. I mean, the cameras are going to be on those two every time they get together and talk and communicate on the pitch. How will that be for him? As a player who has fought so many battles, I believe Ramos has had 2 red cards in Clásicos for fouls on Messi during his time playing against him. How will they get on?
First of all, they will have, and I think they're really, really intelligent. You know, Ramos, when you are in front of him, he doesn't have friends, of course. I think, you know, he might have played, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo, Real Madrid, Man United, so it was quite tough on him. It was the same against Messi, but you're right, you know, I've seen some tackles from Sergio Ramos with Messi in Bernabeu when he gets sent off. It was quite nasty, but they're very intelligent. And they know they're in another country. They have the same goal, is to win the Champions League. So nothing will happen. And I think they're 2 good persons, so they will keep that behind them. And for the sake and the good of Paris Saint-Germain, they will be very good teammates, I think.
Yeah, Ramos is always the player you'd love on your team, hate to play against.
Exactly.
But between them, they have 8 Champions League titles. Is that what's been missing from this team? That experience of winning?
Yeah, of course. So you've got a lot of winning players in the dressing room. It's just everybody's happy today, and we're so happy. Just not him to leave Barcelona, because yesterday I was feeling so sad for the Barcelona fan. You know, when I've seen on the Camp Nou they took off the photo of Messi. It was quite emotional. Even though I'm a Parisian, you know, it was quite emotional just to see him leave Barcelona. But it's another chapter. So life is like this. You know, you have to move on. You know, in every aspect of the life, and that's the way for Messi at the moment now.
Yeah, football, it just keeps on moving forward, doesn't it? All right. Well, let's remind you what Messi had to say in his press conference just a little earlier today.
Bueno, buen día, antes que nada.
Good morning.
Agradecer primero la palabra de
First of all, I want to thank the President for his words. I'm very happy. You all know how was my exit from Barcelona. It's been a very hard moment. After so many years, it was a difficult change. After so many time,
nomás llegar acá, la felicidad es
That's
enorme. Estoy con
the moment I
muchísima
arrived
gana,
here,
muy ilusionado de poder
I felt
empezar
very
a
happy,
entrenar. Sinceramente quiero que
and I really
que
want
pase
to
ya
begin
todo esto
the training
rápido,
sessions.
aunque
I really
estoy
want it to be quick.
disfrutando muchísimo desde el primer día que
I'm really
llegué, junto a mi-
enjoying my time in
familia,
Paris
mi gente,
since the first minutes.
pero quiero empezar a
My family, my people.
entrenar porque no aguanto más la gana ya de
But really, my
encontrarme
only
con mis compañeros,
will
con el
now
cuerpo
is to begin
técnico,
the training sessions. I want to
y empezar
work with the
esta-
staff and
esta
with
nueva
my
etapa.
teammates and begin this new moment of my
Quiero
life.
agradecer al presidente,
I really
a
want to thank
Leonardo,
the
a
president
todo el
and
club
Leonardo
por
and
cómo
the
me
whole
trataron
club
desde-
for the way they
desde
received
el
me
primer día que salió el
since the
comunicado
first
del
day
Barcelona,
after the press
cómo se
release in
pusieron a
Barcelona.
disposición, lo rápido y fácil que fue.
And they really
fue
were
todo
quick in the
tan poco
negotiations,
tiempo,
and it's been quite
una
easy
situación
actually.
muy difícil y
It was a very
arreglarlo de
tricky
la manera que lo
situation, and
hicimos
they
tan
really
rápido no era-
solved
no era
problems.
sencillo, así que quiero,
It was not easy, and they did it
agradecer
well. So,
primero,
really, thank you for that.
el trato. La verdad que, repito, estoy
I
feliz de
repeat,
estar
but
acá,
I'm very
estoy
happy to be
ilusionado, con
here,
muchísima gana, tengo
and I have this will
la
to
ilusión y
play.
la gana intacta
I'm really
de
impatient.
seguir ganando, y por eso vengo a
I
este
still
club,
want to
porque es un
play.
club
I still
ambicioso.
want to win,
Veo
as I wanted to
el
at the
cuerpo
first
técnico, la
moments of my
plantilla que
career.
tengo, y creo que
And with this club, the
está
staff,
preparado para intentar pelear
I
por
think
todo,
this
para
club is
intentar
really
conseguir
ready
todo, y
to
ese es
fight for
mi
all the
objetivo, ¿no?
trophies.
Seguir
This is my
creciendo,
goal.
seguir dando pasos, seguir
I
ganando
want to
títulos,
keep
y-
growing,
y
keep
por eso-
winning
por eso vengo a
titles,
este
and
club. Ojalá que todos
that's
juntos
why
lo
I come
podamos
here to this club.
conseguir. Quiero
I hope we
agradecer a la
can
gente de,
make it
de
happen.
París. La
I
verdad
really
que fue
want to
una
thank
locura
Paris, and it's been
mi
all
llegada,
crazy.
fue
My arrival,
sorprendente. Si
it was a surprise.
si hacía falta algo más para que esté feliz, fue terminar de redondear todo el recibimiento, el trato.
So thank you
Estoy
again
seguro que
for
vamos
the
a
way they
disfrutar
received me,
muchísimo
and I'm sure
este
I'm
tiempo
going
juntos, y
to
vamos
enjoy
a
the
pelear
time
por
with
los
this
objetivos
team,
que
and
este
we are
club
going to fight
tiene, y nada,
for the
con ganas de
aim
empezar,
of the club.
agradecer nuevamente
I
al
really want to
presidente
begin
Leonardo
now,
por
and thanks again to
el Paris Saint-Germain, y
the president, to Leonardo, and
muchas gracias
thanks
por estar acá,
PSG, and
y nada,
thank
que
you
arranque
for
todo nomás.
having me here. And I want to begin now.
The man many regard the greatest footballer in the history of the sport. Signed for Paris Saint-Germain. He's conducted his press conference, as we just saw there, just a little bit earlier today. We'll bring you more highlights from the press conference, of course. But he said a little earlier in that press conference that he still has the same hunger, the same desire as when he was a young boy playing in Argentina. You feel that. You can't fake that, can you?
No. I think you need to win. I think you need talent. But I think to win again and again and again, you need character.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see people shy like Messi, but there is a little animal inside him. You don't see him, but it's there. And this animal is proud. He wants to win. He doesn't like to lose. You know what the characteristic with Cristiano and Messi, and they're quite different, but they hate to lose, and that's the mark of the champion. And as long as they will be on the pitch, he will hate to lose, and he will win. He will want to win, especially the Champions League, because this is the best trophies apart from the World Cup, and that's his aim. You know, until 38, 9, until he stops, he will want to win, and it's 2 years plus one in options, so. It doesn't have that much time, you know. Yeah. The sooner it will start, and it will be this year in September. You know, they will want to win it and to win the first Champions League for Paris. Yeah.
It's the games for me when the backs are against the wall, when the chips are down, where you watch Messi just lead by example. He almost takes his teammates by the scruff of the neck and just shows them. He doesn't shout, he doesn't scream, he just does it by himself with the ball and says, follow me, this is what we have to do. What's been your favourite thing about watching Lionel Messi play in his journey so far?
It's not, you know, sometimes we say there's three kind of leaders a lot of times, you know, the one like Roy Keane in the dressing room. Then there is physical leaders like N'Golo Kante, and there is technical leaders. And I think he's a technical leader. Technical leaders, when the team are down, he's the one who show up, take the ball, you know, dribble and you know, find spaces, angle and goals. And that's Messi. He's not a physical leader. He's not going to shout. But like Zidane, you know, when they take the ball and the team are down, they will make you shine. And the other thing is they show up where things are difficult, I think. And that's Messi, so it's another environment, a little bit more pressure. Because you're still in Paris. Yeah. You're not the kids of Paris, you know, you're the kid of Barcelona. Of course, everybody will love him, but everything is on the pitch. At the end of the day, you know, we can have show, we can have, Paris and Eiffel Tower, but everything is to deliver on the pitch. But I'm not worried because he's a winner. 34, he scored maybe almost 40 goals every competition. So he's still there, you know, and he's going to shine, yeah.
Well, he's won, of course, the Champions League 4 times during his career at Barcelona. He's in Paris to try and do it again. This is what he had to say on the team's hopes of winning the Champions League.
Sometimes you can have the best team in the world and you don't win the Champions League. This is football. And sometimes the margins, the details. For some details you can be knocked out. Paris knows it perfectly. They've been so close to a victory in Champions League, but they couldn't make it. But it was very close. In this competition, the best teams are playing. It's very difficult to win it. So you need a very united squad, a group. This dressing room, for what you can see from outside, is very united, but you also need the luck. But you can also chase the luck. In Champions League, there is not always the best team wins. It's a very special competition. And that's why it's so beautiful and so important, because they all want to win. We all want to win this competition. Well, I think this team is already done and ready, and there are some new transfers, but they've been very close to win the Champions and they are ready. I just come here to help. I'll try to give my best with my illusion. My goal and my dream is to win again this trophy. And I think that Paris is the best place to have a chance to win it again.
So incredibly humble, isn't he? And I believe managing our expectations. He's just arrived to help, you know. But what are the chances of them doing it? And how important is it now for PSG to keep Mbappe and to have those three, the deadliest attack in world football?
Yeah, the first thing, yes, it's with Kylian, you know, just to find that cohesion, just to find a bit of magic football between them. So that's how you put them on the pitch. That the work of Pochettino. I think Neymar and Messi should play in a free role and Mbappe just up front. The most of the work, I think, will be on recovering the ball well and high, because when you see Paris Saint-Germain, they're part of the best 5-6 team in Europe. There's no doubt about that. But I think out of the 5-6 team, they're the one who don't defend well. And when you see City and Chelsea and Bayern, I think they defend a little bit better. And that's why I say there is two things about those front three. You know, they will have to create, of course, and score and to procure emotion to everybody. But they will have to defend well, because the football has changed. You know, the last 10-15 years. You know, if there's more than one who doesn't defend, you know, they will have a lot of problems. So that's the work of the staff, but as well of the players, just to understand that to attack well, you have to recover the ball well, and and that will be the aim. You know, it's just to be balanced, as we say.
They're already started calling them the NNM. All right, well, let's hear now again from Messi on the prospect of playing alongside Neymar and Mbappe.
La verdad que una felicidad enorme, una locura.
It's really crazy, and I'm really happy about that.
Poder compartir
sharing
con esta plantilla que
the day-to-day life with them, with all the squad. Really, there are some transfers, amazing transfers. So the team is incredible, and I really want to train and compete now because I'm going to be playing with the best players. It's very nice. It's an incredible experience to be able to enjoy.
Well, this is PSG's potential 11 this season. Doesn't look bad. We've got Messi there playing behind Mbappe, Di Maria helping out as well, his teammate with Argentina. They've just won the Copa America together. They won an Olympic gold medal together when they were younger as well. It's not a bad team, is it, Didier? Wow.
Oh, that's a very, very good team. I think it will be that team at some point, but when you reach the quarterfinal or even when you play big teams in Europe, I think Di Maria, will be on the bench, and they will add another midfield. Who should be Paredes as a holding midfielder, and Verratti and Wijnaldum up front, because Verratti need a little bit of support, because physically he's not the best. After an hour, sometimes you can see him just dropping physically. So Wijnaldum cannot do anything before League One or to play teams in Champions League. They can play like that, and they would score a lot of goals. So that's quite entertaining. But I think quarter-final big teams, they will play a 4-3-3.
How long do they have to gel? Because there's a lot of new faces come in, a lot of big names who you can't be leaving on the bench. But how long has Poch got to get them working?
It's a year of Euro, of Copa America, so unfortunately for him, there is different players. I think Neymar and Messi, they came back last week. Marquinhos as well. So it's quite different. You will see maybe after the first international break, mid-September, the real team of Paris Saint-Germain. They will have 1 month of real physical work, but don't expect to see them at full potential even at the end of August. It will be after mid-September when you will see the real team of Paris.
All right, well, let's go back to the press room. There's one huge name come in. Does that mean another huge name is heading out? Kylian Mbappe, according to Nasser Al-Khalifa, he's not going anywhere.
Well, I think everybody knows the future of Kylian. People from Paris and the players. He's really a competitive player. He wants to win. He wants to win trophies. He said it in public. He wanted a competitive team, and I think we've got the most competitive in the world. So there is no excuse for him now. He can't do anything else but staying.
No excuse for him to leave. Is the only excuse that he would want to be the star man somewhere else?
Exactly, Nikki. That's the only question mark about Kylian, because the president is trying to put pressure on him. He wanted a good team just to win the champion. He has it now. So will he want to be on the shadow of Messi? That's the question. I really don't know. And if he wants to make history, he has to stay in Paris, because he will not find another squad like this in Europe. Maybe in England, but not in Real, in Barca for quite a long time because of the financial problem that they had. But if he wants to be the only star, because everything is in his hand, not in Paris Saint-Germain's hand now, because in 4 months he can sign anywhere he wants, and to have that kind of players free like Messi was a couple of days ago, everything is in his hands. So we'll see what his mindset. Would I want to be the only star in the team and go Real Madrid, or would I make history and have a big team in Paris, in my town? only him knows that.
It was Cristiano Ronaldo, wasn't it, on his walls as a child, but my goodness, how much he could learn training day to day with Messi by his side. Well, the big question, how has Nasser Al-Khelaifi and PSG been able to afford this embarrassment of riches for his team? Well, he answered questions on financial fair play.
Well, regarding the financial fair play, I will just make it very clear, and thank you very much for your question. Actually, I was waiting for it, and it's a very great question. For us, always, as we said, we follow the financial fair play regulation from the day one that we started until the end. We're going to always fulfill the regulation of the financial fair play. Before we do anything, basically, we look at with our commercial people, with financial people, with legal people. So as soon as, if you see that we're signing Leo, that means we have the capacity to sign him. If not, we're not going to sign him. We're not going to promise something we couldn't, so we know that we could sign him. And I think today, as you can see, what Leo Port also bringing to the club, it's a huge. And that's, I think, what you as media need also to focus on. It's not just only the negative side, let's say, but I think there's a lot of positive he's bringing to the club, and you can see in everything in the term of commercial, in terms of social media. It's amazing, honestly. He's, a big asset for the club. The club being increased in every single part of the club in terms of commercial. Unbelievable. 3 days. Later we'll maybe give you some numbers. You're going to be shocked, honestly, in the numbers that we have. I hope Leo will not ask for more salary, but it's like. But I think we have really, fantastic. It's true that always we look at financial fair play, and always will fulfill the financial fair play regulation. Thank you.
A very shrewd businessman and a jovial character. Hope Lionel doesn't ask for more salary. Phenomenally, his shirt sold out after 30 minutes of going on sale. This is where PSG make their money now, isn't it? It's the market value of Messi.
Yes, exactly. Everything will have to increase. The TV rights, the revenues, the sponsor, the premium one, the second one. So everything will increase. The fans, millions of follow Paris Saint-Germain now. So it's just like that. It's football. When you break style, just expect things like this to happen. Yeah.
Didier, thank you very much for being with us today. We will not forget this day very soon, will we? All right, well, will we get a glimpse of Lionel Messi? On Saturday, they host Strasbourg at the Parc des Princes. Join us live right here on beIN Sports for this one. For everyone at home, you have not been dreaming. It's true, Lionel Messi, the greatest player in world football, is a Paris Saint-Germain player. Have a good day.